pretty frequently these days.
Yeah, and the only reason would be to try and find that matchup against the Terrorblade and just pummel him in lane. But oftentimes you want to get those levels still, and Alliance are going to take the Ember.
Interesting. Take it for themselves.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that as like a way to sort of be out there starting fights consistently for Team Secret, because they don't really have a great way to do that right now until Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger. Like, Fissure initiations aren't the greatest thing in the world.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, so we have Train Protector and Ember Spirit who can roam kind of the side lanes and set up relocates with Io and Ursa, or Io and Ember Spirit possibly playing together too. Weaver, pretty good versus the relocate ganks. It's like you only have so much time. You'd have to punch and overgrowth to get the kill. Because you can just start scooching the second you see the ulti coming through, and then can even be protected by the global silence occasionally as well. So now I assume they're going to try and find a matchup that can dumpster the Ember and force him to the side lane, because you don't want to let the Ember mid. And they'll take the Invoker. So that could be that Quaswex style if the Ember even showed mid, but I'm sure he won't.
Yeah. Try and dodge away from that.
Yeah, it'll be the Zeus mid, I'm sure. And Koikfa will take it, and I think it'll stay that way. I mean, we just saw Alliance play the Ember in the side lane. Pairs a little better with someone like Trant or Io for getting kills in lane as well.
Yeah, it was very effective in the last one. Granted, that was with the Shen in the lane with him, but still. Ember can be a pretty deceptively strong hero. I'm going to have to go against probably the Weaver, but we'll see. Game number 1, though, Team Secret versus Alliance. With all of these qualifiers that are going to be going on throughout this next year of Dota, this is a matchup that we might see a couple more times, as I feel like Alliance is going to be trying to vie for one of the spots in the majors probably every time, and I have a feeling that at least for now it's Team Secret that are the heavy favorites and probably will remain the same way throughout the year, but might develop into a rivalry if Alliance can start putting together some good results for himself.
Well, it's interesting just because, like, at TI, for example, you have someone like Windstrike who goes into some of these games and you watch them, feel like, whoa, this Windstrike guys, they're pretty damn good. You know, they win a couple matches at TI against teams in other regions, and then you get to the major qualifier for start of the year and they don't even make it out.
Yeah.
So the top half, like, the tier 1 to tier 2 is closer, I think, than we give it credit for. Like, they can definitely take games off each other. There's just never time or never opportunities for these other teams to really play against. Like, for example, how many times do you think Alliance played against Team Secret last year? Like, ever? I mean, I don't think they're really scrimming each other. Maybe they're scrimming each other a little bit, but overall, it's hard to learn and grow as a team when you're not playing against better opponents like this. And at the very least, these major qualifiers are going to force that to happen, even if you start getting trashed, or maybe Alliance will be able to perform here. What is up with this Invoker cape? Why is it so wingy? Oh, okay. That's great. Oh, well, I can tell you there's an Io and an Ursa, and you guys all know what that means. There is a chance that they level 1 Roche, and currently they are sitting in the pit level 1 Roshing.
Oh my god, Alliance making some plays.
Now, we've been seeing this with the Io, the Ursa, and the Wraith King. Our boy Kezu, I just wanted to give a shout out, was one of the first people to start talking about that happening, and then we ended up getting it at TI, right? I think we had it in the group stage, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. It was against, it was Newbie that did it. And right now, I don't think Secret have any idea. They're going to be sitting up here hoping to get one of these, and you don't actually lose all that much. The two of them together, the stacks, they're staying up there. He's got the salve, and Boxy staying alive, moving in for Roche. Oh my god, they're actually just going to be able to get it. I don't think that they can stop this in time, and it looks like this is something that Alliance have practiced more than a few times. They move in.
It's gonna be right there.
He's moving into position, but Roshan, easy peasy.
I'm really freaking out.
Level 2.5.
All the bounty rooms are bottom. I wonder if Insania has Tiger has the sense to go and check the bounty rooms. Genius. Look at this guy. So he knows that because they didn't check Roche, that means they weren't in the bottom lane because they didn't see that they were missing, which means that the bounty runes are there, and he comes down and gets both. What a victory.
Huge stuff, although Mickey taking a lot of the right clicks from the Metamorphosis everything else, he might have a bit of a tough time in this lane since they are going for a full tri lane. But the other issue is down bottom. It's a level 2.5 Io and Ursa.
Yeah, poor Zai. Not what you want walking into your lane. Like, how do you play this now? He only has so much mana. He's already down to under half his mana pool. He only has 2 Shikuchis left and a Mango. And they are going to force him to use them.
Jesus. Yeah, this is really tough.
Time to pull.
I'm getting out of here, guys.
He can't even get it. Oh, he gets 2. All right, not bad.
Tiger
will
can come and
instantly
contest it.
fix it, though.
Not happening, buddy. Not on my watch. Io can just kind of keep him back.
All right, looks like YapzOr almost snagged the courier up top with the old Earthshaker punches, but it got away.
Fissure connects there. Insania looks for the leech seed, just trying to heal back up, but this is still going to be a kill. YapzOr picks that one up. Well, even though bottom might be a little bit tough for them, it looks like top lane is going the way they want it. Level 3 on both of these heroes. When you've got 2 heroes in your lane and they're out leveling you, like, I don't even know. I think that this is like a better hero for it than almost any other one, though. The Weaver, he can get like a little bit something here. Yeah,
there's no doubt. Like, there's any sort of a melee hero would have 0 chance. Even some ranged heroes would be running into some trouble, but he at the very least can stay in XP range. There's no real hope for an Ursa to get the kill, right, without him screwing up.
Yeah.
Oh. Nisha just got obliterated by the rotation from Taiga. Just tethers on with the spirits because this is a level 3 Io destroying your level 2 Terrorblade. You don't want to just park both the heroes that help take a level 1 Rosh in the same lane, right? Because like rotating him out and applying that pressure elsewhere means you're getting some additional benefits of it. And Taiga, a nice little man. This guy's good. Like he comes over, he gets the in-air right click from those, and he tethers to the wave to pull it in time, or else he wouldn't be able to get that pull. His Chen play looking nice. His Io too. I'm impressed.
The thing too about this, yeah, I mean it's his individual play, but also that they're playing around it so well. As you mentioned, the rotation down here and like having level 3 on him and knowing that's the time that we're going to decide to rotate as Boxy just kills Zai bottom.
That's that's literally not supposed to happen ever.
Oh man, and he's going to burn through the Aegis now too. So back up to full HP afterwards. The Fissure block does not get on the stun, and Taiga trying to keep his buddy alive. The salve is there. He's doing it. They have these spirits going out as well and brings Puppey down to about a quarter HP. Insania still living. That leech seed going, and they're going to chase forward with Mickey. On to YapzOr. Does have chains if he wants to pop them. Pops the mango. Moves in, and it's a little bit too far away for him.
Man, I can't believe Zai went down. It's crazy. It didn't even have like the follow-up Earth Shocks or something for the Shikuchis. It was just straight up Zai trying to play too close.
Yeah.
What about our mid lane then? 20-4 to the 17-2. And Zeus having to go back home, looks like, for Koikfa. Oh, he got a haster in, so he just uses an opportunity because he had no gank. Okay, that makes more sense. Gets the deny. Got him. Yeah, these Zeus right clicks these days, man. 81 damage. And it will be the Quasflex Invoker. So that's going to be something to watch out for Mickey to see if his Flame Guard gets dispelled.
Yeah.
Setting up for a Earthshaker as well.
Looks like over here do have Nisha kind of getting zoned out by this Io. And with Mickey in the area, they bring in the Silencer, tether away. Fine and dandy. But this could be a battle a little bit later on for this camp. It's a little bit stacked up. I gotta say,
is Zai gonna be able to do this game? What is he doing?
I don't know.
He's gonna try and help get a kill mid.
It's so tough to
Typical Weaver play at 5.5 minutes.
There's the cold snap and the punches moving in. The Fissure, Koikva, very dead.
Yeah.
And they give him the kill too. That's about the best you could hope for here from the Weaver.
Yeah, it really is. That'll help get him his Bassy, so finding the only available option.
Top lane, they turn now on the Taiga. Nisha maybe anticipating that he could just die, and so wanted to get something in return, but they can't quite find the kill. The Spirit's moving out. Full extension onto Nisha. They don't quite get the kill, but they do manage to take down that IO. Now the Tornado comes in as mid one, smelling blood, kills off Mickey, and 4 of Secret Heroes are here. They've got the Sentry Ward. They kill off Insania. Nice play from Secret.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the Weaver didn't show up either, but that means they'll bring the IO up here too for Boxy. Weaver gets to stay down bottom, and he's in a much more even match. In fact, he's got the advantage in the lane, believe it or not. As Mickey being paired up so much will just be hitting level 4 versus level 5 Weaver.
Oh.
And they will get the kill onto Puppey though.
I mean, Boxy is still going to be a monster in this game. Look at this guy, level 7. He's on par with the Invoker. And mid one, speaking of him, moves in towards Koikva. He's gonna get it, pops the illusion rune, the chase forward, trying to get the heals in. Onto his Zeus, staying alive. YapzOr dove in for this one. Looks like he is going to be punished as the creeps creating a nice little cocoon. They're gonna actually give the kill to Insania.
Yeah, Koikva thinking about going for the ulti. We'll stop the clap though. They're after Puppey. Speaking of the clap, give him the thunder clap, but he doesn't skill it. So no earth shock in here. No Hellbear cosplay.
Boxy has looked quite good for Alliance. Playing in that Monkey King the previous game, just demolished that lane. And this time around is Koikva just kills off Zai. Okay.
Yeah, trying to find a kill into Mickey. I mean, you would think that you're able to pressure in, right? Because you have this physical damage just from your right clicks, but you can force out the Flame Guard with Shikuchi and stuff, but Zeus will turn that table very quickly. 1200 damage from the Zeus too in the past little while. Jeez, dominating. Now Zai goes top.
Trying to find a life for himself. Wants a bottle. Boxy is surrounded by 3 heroes, but with the IO nearby, there's not that much chance for a kill. Can always go for the tether over, and Aiga gets the double stack now. This is a quad stacked hard camp and then a double stacked small camp, and the bugs are there. On the IO, moves in, gets some creeps as he dies.
Yeah, couldn't find deny. Okay, so if you're Team Secret right now, you're down a little bit. I'm sure you can feel it. This Ursa is somewhat of a problem, but how worried are you about Ursa in this game? Even if he is a bit ahead, he doesn't have the best targets. They didn't really get one of those like those big targets that he can just hop on all the time. Terrorblade causes you issues, Invoker's very maneuverable. Weaver can do that. See, I knew he'd be fine.
Sorry, what was that? I can't hear you.
I think he had like 2 HP after that last right click. But in the end, this is one of those games where you look towards your Terrorblade, and that's kind of supposed to be this hero that I would assume would carry you through like the mid to late game, right? But they've done a pretty damn good job on Alliance's side of picking those counters. They have both the Ember and the Zeus, who have notoriously been looked towards as the heroes to shut down a Terrorblade like this. So if he's supposed to be the guy to recover you, could be some problems here for Secret. I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of problems. They will be able to get a kill onto IO. And meanwhile, Thunder God's Wrath, they take down Nisha. Treant was hiding behind him in the jungle. So you lose one, but you take that trade for the Terrorblade every day of the week.
Yeah, it's a nice bit of experience too for Insania. That means that if he gets Tome, he can just be 6 right away. Tiger's already going to get it anyway.
God, YapzOr, he would love to have level 6 right now. There is no question in my mind he would Echo Slam this.
Well, he can get a Tome and go for it.
Might be about that time. And it's kind of tough for Alliance to move in and take this, but there's a lot of pings in the area. We'll see if they decide to get him that level 6 and home. He's gonna buy it, bring it out to himself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Soaking up a little bit more experience there. Boxy pushed back by mid one. And more stacks off on the jungle. Bull's trying to farm it on this IO. Check for the bounty rune, was not there. Gonna miss on the D ward as well. It's up here on the high ground, and Terrorblade gonna be the one that moves forward, tries to take out the stack.
That's a little bit better than using your Echo Slam.
Fair enough. Although IO jumps over to the side, Boxy He's there. They know that this is coming out now, and the EMP tornado lands. They are continuing to bully into this IO.
YapzOr gets the long range punch. And there's the tome. Perfect.
It's his level 6. The Treant does also have some stuff coming out on the courier for himself. No level 6 as of yet.
If they kill YapzOr, this would be really bad for them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's like
attack.
he's at 1,000 gold right now. He can start skilling up in towards that aftershock because he's getting closer to the blink dagger.
Fortified.
But if Insania wraps around there, it could create a kill for the Ursa. But yeah, YapzOr's gonna go mid along with mid one.
Puppey get off the silence first afterwards, but Koikba looking like he is going to be the one that maybe goes down unless Taiga can keep him alive. Regen not going to be there. They even dropped the Echo Slam just to secure the kill. IO able to get away,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is under attack.
tough stuff as they lose their Zeus.
That was just the initial damage. That's all. He did 180 damage there. Yeah, sorry.
Die.
Just one punch, one echo.
Time lapse. Chase away. They do have detection, but they can't quite catch up to him as of yet. And they're going to have to give up chase. Blink Dagger obviously already used.
So Roche is back up with cheese. And that is something that isn't very easy for the Radiant side to take. And they're going to have to be constantly wary of that. Their top tower is at almost full HP. Mid not doing too bad either though, so there's plenty of areas and avenues that they can respond from. They're smoked up. I think they're going into the pit.
Huh?
They're gonna get away with this again? The madmen.
I mean, he was Boxy that got that ping out, but yeah, it looks like they might be able to just make it happen.
And look where the Radiant are scanning. They're wondering if they're here camping mid. Holding YapzOr there in a defensive posture.
Dire are scanning.
Dire, meanwhile, scan to make sure that this Roche is going to be able to go down, and Ursa takes it so quickly. Aegis, Cheese, they're good to go. I mean, and again, like the strength of Aegis Cheese at this stage of the game is so insane. If they can actually like get a quick gank on a mid one, I feel like this is going to start to snowball into the favor of Alliance.
I like how Cheese could heal you 3 times.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Like 900 HP for this IO, and he's gonna 2500 HP. Cheese.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kind of insane.
Where's Mickey, by the way? What's this guy up to? I haven't seen this guy in forever. 1-1-1, very chill. Been hanging on the bottom lane ever since he left the disaster dumpster fire that top was and handed it over to his Ursa player.
Yeah.
And now he's just building into the Maelstrom. So some additional magic damage. I wondered if he might consider going physical because he's against a TB, but looks like he still wants to go magical. And yeah, we had a Zeus on their team, so I thought maybe the Battle Fury might feel like that kind of a game for them, but probably also wants to play a bit faster because he has an Ursa on his team who got that level 1 Roche.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to go mega late versus TB and Ember, so the magic build is quite a bit faster.
And he can go into physical damage later if he needs to also.
Radiant's middle
Obviously,
tower
getting a
is
Battle
under
Fury
attack.
late game isn't the greatest thing in the world, but can go for just like Daedalus or Bloodthorn or something like that. And a bunch of TPs over to the side. Mid one runs into some illusions. Puppey is here as well. Haven't really seen a great usage yet of the global silence, it feels like.
What?
This might be getting close to the times,
There's a silencer?
right?
That can't be right. I don't think he meant to punch mid one. I believe that was the
Yeah.
old misclick.
That's what that looked like. Well, +2 for Puppey.
Skills on cooldown, I think would be the answer there from Insania.
He has 12 stolen in. Been a lot of action up there.
That's true. There were a lot of kills trade back and forth. It is 10-9, despite what feels like a kind of. Oh, Zai. Oof, man. Weaver is just one of those heroes that you hate to be in this position on.
Oh, and another kill. They take down the IO. That 14? No, not quite. Yeah, I think like that level 1 Roche and then just having 2 heroes in his lane that were above him in levels, just so difficult to deal with.
He
Boxy
was
though,
so close to Basher.
up top, still holds on to that in rage, but is going to be slowed down. Stick charges are there. It is the Aegis. Can they go in for any more? TP's coming up towards the top, and it looks like he is just going to blink to the side. No follow-up.
I'm guessing that Global was worried about the Tramp being there, but he's still bottom.
Goes back in. Mid one. Down to half HP. Just gets greedy and gets eliminated. 40 seconds on the sideline. Puppey now also chased down by Boxy, but not going to go for any further forward.
And that's going to be Skullbasher now after this wave and a little bit here for Boxy. So major concerns now at this point. I mean, the Yules is pretty far away for Invoker. Boxy might just be having a field day. And poor Zai, like if he gets bashed, he will just die.
Overgrowth here. They find themselves one. The Echo Slam, though, able to try and interrupt it. YapzOr makes the play for his team. They end up being able to find at least one kill onto Insania. And now with Nisha showing up, they're also going to take down Tagia. Trying to turn this onto Boxy. Another kill there. Nisha shows up in the clutch. Nice play. Now Mickey also in some trouble as mid one is respawned and comes back in onto the Ember. Finds that kill. Suddenly, Alliance just lose 4 heroes.
Best time to show up and get your first 2 kills of the game right there for Nisha. Gets the big bounty on the Ursa and then kills the Io as well, who's now 1-6-6. Io not having the best time. Ursa, that was just his first death of the game. But Alacrity Terrorblade, the power of the TV draft, always able to just eliminate buildings.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And not the best way to reveal the fact that you just got a basher on your Ursa.
Look at that. It was shooting down towards a 4,000 gold lead. That one fight is bringing it back towards even. Less than 1,000 gold separating these two teams, and it's Secret that are the ones in the lead right now. And again, like, do you need to dive that deep for the Earthshaker? Seems unfortunate.
Yeah, you're trying to press your advantage though because you have very mobile heroes, and you have an Io plus Ursa who already has his blink and his basher. You have a Treant Protector scouting. You have Zeus Vision, so you feel like you can take that kind of a fight. But as you said, if you lose that, you obviously lose a massive chunk of your lead. In fact, hand it over to Secret. And now you're all on the back foot because they're still holding these towers. You would think it was Secret that had the Treant Protector or something here. I mean, they lost bottom, but despite like what felt like a pretty big advantage in the top lane for a while, they weren't able to get any pressure onto that tower. Don't have the best tower hitters. They have 3 cores that do not hit towers on the Dire side, whereas they have 3 cores who hit towers on the Radiant.
Yeah. Well, and I think that it's going to start to sort of show, and building all these survivability things for Secret, it does feel like they're just sort of waiting out the pressure that's coming. And
God, Zai is so poor. Yeah. Just gets a hood. He doesn't have boots. The bootless Weaver. That is definitely something that has died off lately, but Zai is bringing it back. Not by choice, but he just has no opportunities.
No.
Definitely no flame on him. He had a Aegis Ursa Roche level 1 come to his lane.
And I mean, that's the thing though, is that with this lineup, you're just naturally, I think, going to scale better into the late game. I guess Tree is sort of like an underrated hero in that regard, and Io can cause some mayhem. They did find mid 1. See that YapzOr is there with the Blink Dagger, and with the Sentry Ward down, they're like, you know, somebody might have been nearby us. They get the +2. The Ember jumps in though, finds the chains onto both of them, but the Global, he's now gone in pretty deep. And mid 1 living
though.
A moment. Die. Hops the time lapse and then runs away. They can reinitiate if they wanted to now. I thought that they were just going to jump on the Ember afterwards.
I think just not quite enough in the tank. Nice cold snap there from mid 1 to make sure Boxy wouldn't jump him.
Secret coming out a little bit ahead there as they get ready for the bounty runes 20-minute mark. And right now, is there a lineup that you'd feel more comfortable playing?
Oh, Boxy.
Oh. No, not the Ursa for now. That's the moment. Oh, but the turnaround with the cheese, they make it happen. Do have Sunder, but he's already super low. They find that kill onto Terrorblade, and now looking for Puppey as well. He's going to get the bounty rune, but it looks like he is going to pay the price as they chase forward, and the Spirits will secure the kill. So just when things start to look a little bit rough, Alliance bring it back.
There's parts of the Radiant draft I definitely prefer at this point. Like, I like the fact that YapzOr has a chance to take over this game with the Blink Dagger. Like, there's oh, that ward. Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, they have really good vision out on this map right now because of Treant Protector. So nice plays by Insania there. And that is one thing I do like about the Dire Draft. I'm a big fan of Treant Protector and Bounty Hunter for this exact reason. Putting in all these deep wards. I think it's a extremely underrated part of Dota. It's just so abusable. Like, again, if you don't even see heroes, just seeing couriers and stuff just tells you so much. It's so undervalued, and they never get dewarded, like ever.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah. There's like so many of these ones that are just sort of out there and making sure that they have an idea of what a couple of heroes are doing on secret, and then afterwards you can kind of make your move from there. But it's back again, topsy-turvy that this game goes. A little bit in the favor of Alliance. I mean, it does kind of feel like there's this looming threat of Nisha being able to take buildings if they win just one fight, but Alliance do have some of the answers. You've got Zeus there for the magical burst damage. You've got the Ember Spirit, also I think one of the great answers for Terrorblade in general. And of course, jumping on top of him with an Ursa as well.
I will go for Alliance if they take the IO talent for Treant. Then I am down. I am into it at that point.
He's getting close.
Because I think that is an excellent way to secure this game.
And it is the type of thing where then you kind of have to
Zai! That courier!
Are scanning.
he's gonna walk right by it. He sees it. Going for the punch, maybe.
What? What? How? Didn't they see him? Okay, no, they couldn't see him because the courier vision was too small. That makes way more. I was gonna say it really looked like it was over him, but I think he was just on the outside because I thought they were gonna be able to glyph it in time. But so beautiful courier snipe there.
Yeah, big for Zai. And he's actually going to be going back for the Aghanim Scepter. This is what we've been seeing more and more often if Weaver's having that bad game. Go pick up an Ags. Suddenly comes a save for his team. Oh, McKay. In trouble. Does still have that Yule Scepter. No Remnant out, though, in the global with the Echo. The full control. They take down Mickey. Maybe they don't quite take him down. He's able to dodge away from the projectile. Has the bug on him silenced for the moment, but fine. They didn't throw out the fissure from the Earthshaker, saving it now for the counter initiation possibly, but I don't know. That felt like it should have been a clean kill.
He's got max flame guard though, so 500 magic damage you also have to get through. Very difficult. I assume he had it after the Eels. It was hard to tell, but
now they get him now. And Boxy chased out. Still seeing Mickey can get back into this one and do something at all. The Sunstrike, he dodges away the Remnant there. Nisha still looking, but not finding. And Ember actually gets away. While this is all happening, the lanes are pushing in from Koikva, as well as Insania. But it is going to be Secret securing themselves another tier 1 tower.
And now they're on to Koikva here mid. Living Armor trying to save him. YapzOr's in. Doesn't have the mana for a Fisher though, and no stick or anything.
Thunder God's Wrath are going to be back up again if they want to use that. Try and go for it. Dodges away from the bugs. Not bad. YapzOr still under fire, and they get him. Kill onto the Zeus.
Well, this shrine though. YapzOr very pleased.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Insania just gonna have to go and hide away for a little while.
Yeah, no more detection left here on these Radiant heroes. Actually, YapzOr has 2. Let's say they're really... I wonder if they'll waste a scan. So Insania pinged where 1 sentry went down. He is correct there.
First component of the Weaver Aghanims.
Is under attack.
Like Ember just gonna back out after pushing out the mid lane.
Dire's
That's probably just gonna be Mickey's life from now on.
Oh, with it being the magic Ember, I think
tower is under attack.
I'm okay with the secret lineup. I think Terrorblade's gonna be all right in this one. Very early BKB.
Tower is under attack.
They're gonna try and use Insania here. There is a sentry on YapzOr to place it.
A little late though, they get the overgrowth. There is gonna be the global, but Ember after the global is not able to initiate in with the
I think
overgrowth.
Insania saw that sentry coming and just went, oh, all right, well, what can I do? So instead they're gonna try and get themselves the Roche. Forced out
so.
though. And that's pinged by Puppey.
Huh. Alright. No luck. Alliance got the first two rather easily. Can't get the third
Mid
one. Just getting in there. Gonna chase this guy down, but the turnaround, nice lift up there for the moment. Boxy trying to fight through this. BKB out. Already the Zeus damage. He's in front of all of them. They almost kill him off there. And they're actually able to interrupt it. So Zeus in some trouble. Yule Scepter still being held onto. Meke trying to create a little bit of space there. The root, and there's the time lapse to get away. Sunder has already been used. They buy back on the IO, and looks like the tree is barely going to live there. Spirit Vessel, not enough to tick him down.
I think Puppey went down to double-digit HP 2 or 3 times in that engagement. Somehow escapes. He's desperately going for it because he wants some more int. 22 not enough for this guy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So they drove them off Roche, but knocking those kills hurts a little bit there for Team Secret. And the buyback on the IO at least is one thing that they did get. The Spirit Vessel making to that shrine was pretty useless for him.
Are scanning.
We do have the IO Aghanim Scepter granting now, but hasn't gone over to the Treant really to place down any of those eyes in the forest.
Yeah, it just has to guard his Ursa, so.
I guess that's one of the downsides, is that if you're using both of those heroes nearby each other, you're kind of wasting some of the value.
Yeah, but you can tether off. Like, I would think that you would tether to the Treant rate like that.
Yeah. Especially since Boxy is just going to blink. Break and smoke. Okay, trying to bait this. He gets hit there by the fissure. The initiation comes out. The global is there. He's just gone.
And now the bugs flying through. They'll place a sentry. They know he's in there because that sentry's fresh.
Counter comes out. Ursa is on top of him. Can they kill off the silencer in time? Can they kill anybody off, really? Nisha's walking forward, gets off the Manta style as well, and just going to dismantle that Ursa. Nisha's down to about 3rd HP. Doesn't need to worry about that much more, though, as Quakefa is on the run away. Zania drops down the eyes in the forest now. Also going to get the heal up for Quakefa. Zai, use the time lapse and then get out of there.
We got ourselves an eye, though.
That's right.
The all-seeing tree.
Well, it's a 4,000 gold lead for Secret, but they did lose mid one in that engagement. Granted, Ember and Ursa both died recently.
Hey, well, but Ursa gained 9 gold in that fight.
Hey.
And Ember apparently went dead even? I'm thinking his thing's just not showing. I'm just kidding.
Well, he died beforehand. Though.
Yeah. Aha.
Ah! Mickey, BKB, almost level 20. And it does feel like Alliance would love to be able to secure themselves a Roche. Ag Scepter picked up for Weaver and the Invoker at the same time. Zai has been able to make himself useful in this game, despite of having a really rough landing stage.
Yeah, we see this sometimes from these Weavers that get off to a terrible start and kind of becomes the only thing you can do. It's a nice little secondary option for the hero. Nice bash. YapzOr so important for the rush fight.
Can they kick him down in time? The time lapse to keep him alive, but it's not going to matter. They still managed to find that kill. Buyback from the Earthshaker. Important moments here. Mickey is going to get the jump away. They have the time lapse back up in 4 seconds, and this is what makes these fights that much harder.
Yeah, and Secret have been constantly getting the rush bit. They've been sunstriking it. They've been sending in terribly illusions over and over, so there hasn't been an opportunity for Alliance to just try and sneak it this time. And that's what's forced them to try and go for this fight.
Hairblade almost at that level 20 for the reflection talent. It's not the greatest this game for the heroes to use it on, but imagine it's still probably better than the stats, right?
Oh, bottom.
Chase in. Oh. All right, Silencer dead, and mid one also in trouble.
Yeah, does
The
not have a
relocate comes in.
BKB yet or anything. I mean, obviously doesn't help against Ursa, but only the Yules defensively means when you get swarmed by that many heroes, you'll be going down.
Fissure, Echo Slam immediately onto them. And Boxy did have the Aghanims tethered, and so was able to get off the Enrage first. Gets out of there. So only the IO dies on the relocate back.
We can still just play around this roast pit.
A little bit off the mark there with the chains, but they get the first hit bash and still able to find a kill. He said for 75 seconds, no buyback.
And they know that one is not coming back.
And they come and contest this, really. I mean, Puppey and Nisha are here. They do have the Scotty and the BKB on Nisha. He has gotten incredibly farmed, but now the Nimbus down in front of it all. Gonna send it in. Mickey down to low HP, and Ursa just gets dismantled.
That was not an illusion.
That was
a
him.
Real hero.
And they just get the Aegis for free. They lost the Earthshaker with no buyback, and they get Aegis. Where was his team?
I think they thought they could sneak it with those two heroes dead, but he died so quickly. It looked like paper.
I mean, if they just go in there with everybody, can't they control the terror? It's a tough one. That's for sure. 31 minutes, 6,000 gold lead. Now Secret, Aegis Cheese Refresher. They found themselves one. It is going to be that Zeus, but with the IO moving into position, they might be able to punish mid one. Caught a heck of a lot of damage out, and he is dead.
Nisha was hitting him for 235 damage per hit. That was actually absurd. And who do we...
Dire's middle tower.
Where'd the shard go? Oh, it's on Puppey. Okay. I saw Zai had it for a while.
Yeah. Well, it's potential big moment for Secret if they want to try and just secure the rest of these. The last tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. We still haven't seen that many more usage of the Eyes in the Forest yet. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to call that underutilized. It feels like it should be happening at least a little bit. Like, he's tethered to a creep wave right now. Surely you can afford a little bit of time for old Asania, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, who cares where they are? You might as well at least get them down. They're not gonna hurt.
I guess the thought is that, like, you need to be there to save people, but if they initiate with global anyways, then IO's not doing anything regardless.
Yeah. But Insania's getting some great scouting action going on at the moment. We'll spot YapzOr coming through.
And this is where things could be kind of cool if they can get a kill with the Nimbus, possibly. And the Thunder God's Wrath. Keeping somebody in one spot for a very long period of time. And it's like they kind of are hoping that they could do that to Nisha, or maybe even force out a BKB, possibly. Just wants to keep eyes on all of these Radiant heroes. The rest of his team moves off to the other side of the map.
Oh, jeez. No Wind Blaze, though.
Overgrowth. Nimbus, Thunder God's Wrath, the second round of it, it's there, but the time lapse, Zai keeping Puppey alive, and Insania going to be able to escape. Fissure not quite there in time. Yeah, farming, but they do lose the tier 2 tower bottom.
Yeah, so the vision, yeah, it provides a little bit of extra farming time for some of those Alliance heroes, but they will still march right up to your high ground with this Terror Blade, Alacrity onto your tower, and what can you do? Aegis, Cheese, BKB. How do you force this here? They know they just forced out Overgrowth bottom, too.
Well, there's the Nimbus, and that is actually going to be a Sunder, or excuse me. Yeah, all right, that's pretty cool.
2 forms of time lapse.
Sunder time lapse immediately afterwards. So he can just, you know, keep the rest of his team, use them for the health as well if they need to. 25
They didn't get the tier 3, though.
Yeah.
And that's a Treant. So that's a very solid defense from Alliance.
Nisha is incredibly farmed. 23,000 net worth right now on this guy.
Very patient.
Do whatever he wants.
From Team Secret. Because, like, at this point, now that the fort is down, I assume they're going to try and make a push in the next 5 minutes to guarantee the tier 3 and then go for the shrines, and then likely even think about securing themselves the next Aegis before they go high ground.
I mean, the timing of it is a little bit different because normally you'd want to wait for like all 3 Aegis Cheese Refresher.
Here it is, right here. Tether to Insania to an Eye in the Forest right now.
Ain't happening, Trent.
Right now.
Dream is dead.
Over here. put down a line in the forest on a nice, lovely high ground spot. And right now, so easily could be done. Even outside the base. Why isn't this happening?
Yeah, like
Just
anywhere.
sitting here. Literally anywhere.
Yeah. It's a little unfortunate. I feel like there's got to be something that we're missing, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
definitely something we're missing. It clearly just doesn't work or something. Maybe when you don't have the buff, then it you lose the vision or something. Because right now when I look at dire vision, they can't see around that tree.
That's true.
So I'm assuming that's what's happening right now.
Mid one forces out the BKB from Boxy. It was a good counterplay coming out from YapzOr. They interrupt it. So 36 minutes in, 7,000 net worth lead, 25 to 23. Saying you're gonna place down a couple more wards. But jump in towards the side here. Boxy is going to be hit by the cold snap and rage to try and take it off, but they have the Yule Scepter lift up, and now the global there to follow. Cataclysm is down, not doing enough damage, but guess what? Niche is there to finish it off. Butterfly now on Nisha. The Aegis is already gone, but he is still large and in charge. They buy back on the Isle, but don't have buyback on the Ursa. What feels like a foregone conclusion almost now. Chains there onto two, still hanging onto that time lapse if they need to use it. There it comes, and now also going for the Sunder, because why not? Mickey trying to stay alive, but the damage was always going to be there from Nisha, who turns now onto the tower. Need to be a little bit careful about his life dropping too low, but you do still have that time lapse available.
So I'm pretty sure some raiding creeps just went through that while he ultied and it didn't hit them. So it doesn't work unless you're also tethered at that moment.
Okay.
Which definitely explains it. That's kind of crazy. It's like the ward tree stays, but you don't get vision? That's definitely what it looks like right now.
I wonder if you get vision once you retether again.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Such
Curious.
a strange interaction. To be honest, it would be kind of broken if you just got it all the time. Like, that combination.
Well, yes and no. I mean, there's lots of eggs. I mean, that you say something about gyro and it just works. I mean,
true.
it is the most broken thing ever, but...
Now. 27, 23, 12,000. Secret. I mean, again, after the level 1 Roche, you were starting to wonder, like, how's this going to go? How are they going to react to the multiple leveled heroes in their lanes? And they're sort of able to rough their way through it, and now they're in a position to try and close down on a lane of Rax if they want to. And Terrorblade has a Rapier queued up.
Interesting.
Just
I mean, he's really hard to kill.
yeah.
Between the BKB, the cheese, what's assumedly going to be the Aegis before he would ever buy that, and then the Weaver Aghanims. They are pretty, like, Ursa is definitely the big single target focus hero in this game, and the BKB and the Abyssal, so if that happens, he just gets agsed by the Weaver. Then after that, he'll have his Sunder ready, all being backed up by YapzOr there on the Echo Slam, so...
Yeah, the team fights seem like they're incredibly difficult for Alliance to take. You gotta take out all of that supporting cast and not die to the Terrorblade right clicks. And because time-lapse is on such a low cooldown with that Aghanims also, it does feel like it's just impossible to burn through them before you can get the time-lapse off. They do find one, Earthshaker. And with mid one showing up all of a sudden,
Who finds
the
who?
Yankees become the Gankers. Man, this is a stomp. They're kind of running away with it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you look back on, like, all the builds and everything they went for on the dire side. I think they knew the timing that they were gonna have to hit.
Yeah, they get vision now. Look on it, the tree.
Oh, time to use it.
Oh, get out of there. All right, starting to fall, but they get the lift up there, and Insania cold snapped and killed. buys back immediately. Okay.
And Rosh. And it doesn't even look like they'll be able to force the buyback from the Ember or anything here.
No.
So will he indeed buy the rapier? I think it seems wildly unnecessary to me.
Yeah.
But I'm into it. Nisha,
I mean,
if you want to go for it, buddy. It's all you. Nice Fisher block. Sick BKB, dude. Might not be able to stun you, but I can stop you.
And now Tag gets stuck up here as well. They get the Yule Scepter lift up. Nisha brought down pretty low, but he gets the Sunder off. The meatball is going to be dropped. BKB was used, but still they can turn now and assault the high ground. And actually just going to blink forward and start punching Koikba, but the Abyssal Blade, not going to be enough. Glimmer Cape there, keeping him fine and dandy, chasing in for more as the Ember Spirit got the chains down. Triple Remnant, but the Yule Scepter, they dodge it. Don't quite connect. Nisha, it's a dodge, trying to get out of there. It's only the Aegis.
Yeah, they still haven't gotten the tier 3.
Things a little bit scary. Good blink away there, the Terror Blade. I thought maybe they could have gotten the time lapse off. It looks like it had been used a second earlier.
Well, Dire will see the DD rune at the bottom. And looks like YapzOr is going to go scout this one out here too. And say, oh, hey Nisha, what do you think of this? I'm on the way. He blinks instantly. Coming.
I mean, I will say, if you get this rapier on Nisha and then you happen to hand it over to Alliance,
there's no way he's going to buy rapier. I refuse to believe it.
Okay,
all right, he just bought a Daedalus. All right.
Yeah.
Like, maybe with an Aegis, I could see it. Maybe.
But it's like against an Ember, too. You hand an Ember a rapier and he's got the double sleight of fist charges. Yeah, that'd be insane. All right, Nisha, BKB, the overgrowth, but the man style, and now he's dead. Yeah, this is Echo Slam. Chase forward for more. A second Echo Slam. YapzOr going to be time-lapse back in as well. Zai making sure that his buddy is going to be safe. They do jump forward. Abyssal wanting to find a kill, but the global to try and turn it back around.
Wow.
Weaver actually goes down.
How many times has he time-lapsed you guys and you can't even get a Sunder there?
Oh, IO relocate in. And the chains connecting now onto 2. You do still have Sunder available if he needs to use it. He actually just might need to. But the time lapse, they come back in. Weaver able to save Nisha's life. Now Boxy gonna be kited, gonna be lifted up. 2 cores in Yules on opposite sides, and the outcome gonna be the same for Alliance, where they lose 3. All of them do not have buyback. And it's time to take some of these buildings down, it looks like.
The level 1 Roche, not enough here. Alliance coming into this game with another pretty cool strat. The first 2 games today, if you guys missed out, were extremely well executed out of a fantastic domination in mid lane from Koikba, basically, where he was able to just kind of control the whole mid part of the map, and then we had these 2 pairings on each side lane. It was real good. It was very clearly like a full thought out kind of a plan. I think this one was too, right, where you're coming with something like the IO and the Ursa and not just taking the IO and the Gyrocopter. But Secret, a little bit of a tougher opponent than the final tribe.
True enough. Oh, jump forward, Nisha. Laying into Koikba. Gonna kill him before the Thunder God's Wrath can come out. No more buybacks. Io's dead, and GG, well played, is called. A solid showing from Alliance, but in the end, Secret just a little bit too good.
Only game 1, though.
True. Yeah.
But Secret on top of it.
Was that really 44 minutes?
Well, remember, there was a point in the game where Alliance was winning, so Alliance, you know, Secret had to battle their way back first.